Okay, as you can see, I'm working on cleaning this part of my yard up. Got another unit here. I stripped one last night. Here I have one more thing here. So there'll be wire in here, there'll be transformers, another switch box like we've seen before. Interesting. So I'm gonna move this over. Noisy, very noisy. The problem is it's really heavy. Oh, get the hands under there. Have at least 150 pounds or more. Maybe 200 pounds, pretty heavy. Heavy gauge steel. I want to start getting rid of all the steels that I don't need. Go sideways. Wow. Not the best dolly. Whew. Oh, that's heavy. That's heavy. Yeah, I like to say a shout out to a special viewer of mine, Harmony, one of my youngest viewers on YouTube here that joins my channel. Her name is Harmony. Make sure you listen to your parents and enjoy my videos. Thanks for watching. Okay, so get a couple more things here. See, these are look at the amount of stuff in here. There's transformers, there's electronics in here, more unique things. I have to take one at a time because I can't get in there. It's pretty narrow. They're about 50 pounds each. Got my truck running right now. I want to maybe run a load here tomorrow. In case I do a shutdown here, I don't want to be stuck with a bunch of metal in my bin in case I need it for work or something. Or if the scrapyard closes, if you know what I mean. Okay. Okay, this is what I'm going to take to my yard. One AC unit, the big power panel there, and a bunch of small things here that have lots of electronics and transformers. Just so that I can clean that yard up slowly. Its progress is pretty good there. So that, and I brought my metal detector because I have an inspection to do. And if for instance, you know, I have a little time, I'm gonna swing it because one house is 1920. The house that we tested next door is supposed to be pretty well right there. That was 1940. So, and it's an old area town, so there should be older houses there before. Okay. Let's unload this, stay tuned. Okay, we've got an old house here, built in 1920. $892,000, 50 by 132 lots, 891 square feet top level, 759 basement. This is a older area, founded 1859 originally, so we'll take a tour upstairs and we'll go downstairs after. Okay, we got living room area. One bedroom here. Second bedroom, probably more like the master, but no bathroom. Funky textures on top. Here's a bathroom. Kitchen, a little bit newer, but still so outdated. 80s, early 90s cabinets probably. Nice fridge, somewhat nice. Stupid design. Excuse me. Okay, we'll take a tour down to the yard. It's a nice deck here, that's quite nice. Hopefully the wind's not bothering you too much. That's an old timer house, probably turn of century. But 1859, there used to be loggers here. Or not loggers, but there was loggers, but originally they call them sappers. What they did is they got the tree sap and all that, and it was a famous area to get tree sap and stuff like that they were doing for years. And then that's why they call this area Sapperton. It's part of New Westminster, but very old. I mean, there's probably a super old house here one time, probably like before 1900. This was 1920. Just never know what's buried in the ground around here. But anyways, that's a tour of the upstairs. We'll do a tour downstairs in a minute, so stand by. We're going downstairs now. I'm trying to find out where the lights are. Okay, so what we have here is one bedroom. Laundry area. The bathroom here. And then we have a bigger kind of a play rec room area. Funny how they got a thermostat downstairs in the basement, which should be upstairs, which is kind of unusual. And we have a furnace area. Okay, if you don't know, I'm testing for asbestos basically. So what we do is take samples, take it to a laboratory, and then we write a report based on the samples. That would be asbestos tape. It's called duct tape. And then sometimes there's asbestos in here. We're going to assume it because we're not going to be taking this apart. And if, say, for some reason the guy wants to rent the house again, it compromises, you know, it's an exhaust for, you know, getting dangerous gases from the furnace and hot water tank. So we'll assume there's asbestos behind that plate, which, you know, there's different kind of muds here anyways. This mud could be new, but the mud behind there could be asbestos, so we have to assume a lot of times anyways. So okay, so that's the tour. 1920 house. A lot of renovations and changes and made like really weird stuff. Look at how crooked that is. I don't even know why that's like that. A lot of weird designs. Here, look at this. My head's almost hitting this. It's about a, I don't know, 6.5 foot basement maybe. I don't think it's even 7 feet. Less than 7 feet, 6'8" or something. Okay, well, stay tuned for, we'll keep moving on. Yeah, I went in the attic and found a really nice pair of snips here. Aluminum frame, beautiful. They cut paper like nothing. Shows you how sharp it is. Look at that, like a pair of scissors. In the attic, aluminum, awesome. This house here, it's got asbestos insulation, duct tape, floors. It has suspect drywall texture. It's got lath and plaster behind the wall here. That's all we can find. But in this house here, if you go in the attic, there was a roof that goes this way, and it's looks like it was a small cabin one time, probably 3 renovations. And if you go in this room here, or this little attic space, you'll see the back of the house here. Let me just get my light here. You'll see the back of the house, and there's asbestos shingles in that back portion. That's your back house. So this is some sort of back renovation to the basement. So in there's asbestos. Under the stairs there's asbestos shingles. There's cement, like tiles for siding. So it could be elsewhere, but we don't know. There's so much vinyl siding. How do you tell, right? So we know it's there. 2 spots anyways. So 1920 house. And like I say, it's pretty been renovated a few times, right? Okay, that's it for this one. Got a metal table here. Heading to my storage, so I figure I'll pick this up. See, I've actually got one broken wheel. One broken wheel. I don't mind taking this kind of metal because I can easily sell this metal anywhere. If I grab a fridge, and if my yard's not buying, it might be a problem. So I'm only grabbing metal that I know I have a market for any yard. That's why I'm not too aggressive out of fridge up the road. But I'll wait till tomorrow, because if my yard's open and I might grab the fridge, I don't want to just grab the fridge and sit on the fridge. But if I know I'm dumping my load tomorrow, I'll pick the fridge up, you know, in the daytime. Yards are shutting down at 4 o'clock now, and they're closed on weekends. But yeah, there's something right here. I saw the bottom of a chair right here. Grab that because that's better metals. Still tin, but it's not a whole chair, if you know what I mean. Okay, let me just anyways, I was just gonna mention spring cleanup. They canceled spring cleanup this year, so that's kind of a bummer, because that's usually where I get all my good stuff from, which I'm kind of disappointed. But just don't know what they're gonna do. And sometimes you cancel something, you may not come back again, if you know what I mean. Not too much crap on here. Pass on that. Okay. The guy hit a water line here, I think. They're tearing a building down. This was just happened recently now. Yeah, oh, look at this. Oh, he hit the fire hydrant, the idiots. Killed the fire hydrant on a property. You know, this is really strange. At this building, they had 4 big dump trucks lined up to take all the rubble away. Wow, that's a lot of water coming out of there. So he broke the pipe. So it's gonna flood a lot of areas up. It just seemed really strange, like they were rushing like crazy, like they did some illegal activity there. Because usually, you know, they'll demo a building, you know, but they had, I think, 3 80-yard trucks sitting there, lined up, which I found kind of unusual. So, you know, they rushed like crazy, broke the fire hydrant. So that's all I did, swang the boom, broke the fire hydrant. But I think definitely there's something they did illegal there, the way they were working there. That's a rebuilt it. Well, it's actually a person who has addiction problems. Actually, one of my brothers living there in a place there. They give you a place to live and give you a small allowance of money, and they're kind of a hotel. But anyways, I think they're tearing the 2 buildings down and gonna build a bigger building so they can house more people. It's funny how the fire department came out. Wow, that water is really pouring. That's a lot of, and the problem is they might not even know where the actual shut off might be. Everybody's so scared of the water, like it's ridiculous. Here's the city guys here. But they're terrified to go through the water. That's unbelievable. Just a puddle. We can see how many gallons per second is coming out of there. It's incredible amounts. Okay, we got some excitement for today. Okay, we got a TVP 120 voice processing system from Panasonic. Someone said it's like that's like, you know, you have an operator line, 1, 2, 3, tells you all the different lines. You press different buttons and it gives you voice messages and so on. It's got a hard drive. Wow, look at that, impressive. So everything's on a hard drive. We'll check to see if that's stainless steel. Actually, it's my steel bucket. You always gotta sort the stuff out right away. The transformers. See, most of the stuff here has got to be sorted out. There's heat sinks here. There's doorknobs. There's brass here. Look at that. Nice piece of brass there. So we'll put that. We know that's steel. This one I gotta take the seal out. There. Garbage. Clean brass right there. Okay, so. Oh, this is a nice looking card. Look at all the IC chips there, guys. Look at that. Transformer, IC chips. I think it's older technology, it's not new. Held in there. So now, how big is the hard drive? Dexstar. So many. Where would it be here? So, well, it's in November of 2003. You know, it's super old. Definitely too old. 17 years. I just don't know if the guy knew he had that there because it was behind a wall. Don't know. So the hard drive's there. I'm gonna cut that line. What I do is I save all the ends here. I was talking. Well, people say it's too hard to process it, but it's not really that hard. You can get like those mini shredding machines, and all they have to do is just shred it. Well, the rain's coming fast. I feel it. Gotta figure how this opens up here now. Is that stainless? Come on, rain, go away. It's like a bit of a thunderstorm coming. So stainless. You always gotta have a magnet handy because you don't know where your stainless is, and different usable metals worth more than steel. I'm hoping there's some more good electronics in here. Nice power supply. All these plugs, I save all the plugs here. Cut them all off. It's almost like a joint on there. Wire. Okay, so nothing of value here. Plastic. So got a board here. Okay. Okay, so we got a battery here. I'll pull the battery off for now. So we got one flat pack, two flat packs, kind of like rams, different kind of ram chips and different. Not a lot really. Nice gold plating here because you know it's fairly old. It's fairly older. That's your gold bearing materials here. Not a lot. So might as well just dissect everything. The value is the board. All this type of stuff here. Let me just cut the stuff off. I have to buy a new set of cutters because this one's getting too worn out. Wire. Okay. Power switch. The weather's supposed to get better next few days. This is kind of like galvanized steel or something here. Yeah. So these heat sinks come off. One guy made a comment and said I'm over stripping stuff. Well, the problem is you can't. There's no buyers here. No one buys e-waste. They say just throw it in shred. Well, shred is what, 3 cents, 5 cents. So why would I, throw it in shred, right? So that's why I have to process what I can. Sometimes I don't process nothing. I just let it sit. But I figure this is a green board, which is not worth nothing. Not a green board, it's brown on one side. It's not like a double-sided green board is better. Right, the transformer here. No buyers out here, straight up. Have to process what I can. Considering there's no buyers, right? Okay. Just hope the guy doesn't want this back. It's too late now. I never heard nothing, so. Told me everything was, they didn't want nothing else, so. Just don't know. Sometimes they realize, oh, what about that thing? But it's been 3 weeks since I did that inspection. It's just old technology. It's been sitting, that's all. It probably still works, but just too old, the technology. Pull this off here in plastic. We'll add the wire. Steel. Okay, so I have also now another little coil there. So really nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing here. I'll pull this metal plate off. Okay. What about your metal? No point. Oh, there's right here a double. Okay. If that's stainless or not. Steel. No, steel. What? Only one. Wow, it looks so like a what is that? aluminum. Weird. I have to get a bucket here because all these screws are going to be all over my ground. Okay, I've got aluminum here. Clean. Might as well strip this one here quickly. Okay, if you look at this one here, I'll cut this off here, but that's why I need side cutters. This little strip here is going to be steel. See how I'm going to pull that out? Has to come off. Oops. Sharp. You can also hear the transistor went. Yeah, I asked people about taking transistors out. Some people say they take it out, some people don't. I mean, whatever. It's up to you guys what you want to do. Okay, I'll be back in a second. We'll open the next box here. This is another data type box. Very light. A few IC chips in there. Okay, stand by on this one. Okay, earlier I did that inspection, but I actually metal detected the yard. It was really lousy. I got 1 penny. It wasn't even old. But there was a house down the road that they tore down, just like a couple houses over. So I did end up getting a little bit of brass out of there. Neighbor came out, kind of harassed me actually, the neighbor of that house. He said, he asked me if I'm the new owner. I said no. And then he said, basically, you know, I shouldn't be there. I said, well, there's no real fence up. There's no signs, warning, nothing. Just trying the soil to see if I could find an old coin or two. You know, nothing was posted or nothing, wide open. Anyways, he's just, you know, some of these guys give you problems, bug you. I told him to mind his own business, went back to his house, that was it. You know, why do you just kind of bug me, you know? Especially these times, you know, these times nowadays. The last thing you have to do is bug someone. Everybody's on edge nowadays. It looks like probably brass there, I would think. Had a metal steel ring here. This is off an old toilet. Really old toilet. I think. Yeah, this old toilet. That was your overflow and your weight, but that's brass, so I picked that up. You know, every little bit helps nowadays, right? You know, I picked up maybe a pound of brass. You know, it was metal detecting, right? So, you know, stuff adds up. Okay, let's tear that other thing apart here now. Kind of curious on exactly what's in this one. Not very heavy, so I'm not expecting a lot. It's a Panasonic KX TDA30. Lots of phone. It's gotta be like a router or some kind of router system or something. Where all the screws are. It's not seeing very much here. Top go opens. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Wow. The riser here. It's actually brass, but the washer's steel. And look how it's rusting. You think they would go with all brass, if you know what I mean. They go with a good metal, and the good metal with a bad metal will actually oxidize and corrode. Let's see if this one fits in here. Let's see, it probably will. It's all modular actually. Pull out my screwdriver. But more plastic, you know what I'm saying? That's the downer part. No one wants plastic. So you end up Oh, look, it's got gold. Oh, look at that gold connection here. Grounding point. Gold plated. Big time. Okay, I'll show you. Definitely gold plated. See that, guys? Good chunk of gold plating. This is telecom stuff. Not a lot in there, but anyways, that's that one there. Okay. One works, so one doesn't work. There it is. Just a little stubborn. Okay. Pull out this thing here. Oh, hail coming. You know, our weather's strange. You know, it's snowing. Like, tried snowing also the other day. You know, we're in April. So the winter was mild, but it's staying cold longer than normal. You know what I mean? Another riser here. So made in Japan. Here's another. Oh, I'll take the screw out. Oh, lost a piece. Okay. Where'd it go? Well, another piece of gold lost. Okay, well, there's only one real big IC chip here that looks any good. The risers. So the risers actually are holding the board also. Another riser here. Okay. A little snap here. Okay. Really not that impressive, but it's okay. Not complaining. Didn't have to buy it. When you start buying it, you waste and stuff. And you're kind of counting on everything to be perfect. Okay. A couple flat packs. A few more IC chips. Another battery here. Oh, 32 gig, 32 megabyte SD card. A little bit of gold there. Okay, so not really much in that, to be honest, guys. Considering. Okay, let me just take off. Really trying to rain, but it's holding up for me. Nice. I think this is all steel. Nope. Steel. Steel. Okay, guys, that's it on this one. This, like I said, was a Panasonic hybrid IP PBX. Okay, so that's stripped there. Okay, I got DVR here. It's a non-digital one. Got the RS-232 VGA, so it's kind of as the old and new. Anyways, let's look at the inside. Oh, wow, very nice. Very, very, very nice. Actually, I got about 6 of these actually. Hard drives are gone. I got this mic from a computer guy. Gave me these. He said you could sell them. He said they work, but I don't think anybody wants analog. Everybody wants digital. It's getting warm. Sun's coming out. Okay. Actually, a nice looking board. For a camera system. Okay. So look here. Lots of MLCCs. This is a pretty good looking board. Put this crap off. Okay. We got 1 gold corner, 2 gold corners, bigger flat packs, kind of rams, flat packs, lots of MLCCs. They're all over the place. It had a lot of room for other stuff, so it's not a full board. It's missing stuff, but probably didn't need it for this. This maybe lower end board, right? Machine. A lot of MLCCs. Look at them all. It's a whole web of them. Let's put this battery off for now. Okay, that's it on that one. Very nice board. I don't know if I even gonna take the back off here. I thought there'd be a little more stuff in there, considering such a big box. But it's missing hard drives, I guess that's probably why. Let me pull this off. So it's a little right here. Okay, these will be brass, so you can actually pop those off. Like here, look at here. See my dirty brasses here. Actually, those brasses here. These are all cable plugs. But you can just pop them off like this. See that? Just throw them in there. Actually got some gold plating there at the very tips. Actually gold inside there. But see, be dirty brass. Pop them off like that. And believe it or not, it gets sure acts up fast. I mean, you may have to go in there and pull. Well, since it's dirty, they may not care too much. But you can pull this. This is steel. The pin here is steel. This is like your cabling type wire. See, it's steel, right? I'm not sure how clean you can get this, probably not, but anyways, really not much on the board. It's still a green board, double-sided green board, which is nice. I'm gonna grab another one and open another one up. So here's another one. Not sure what the name is. It's a little bit, got a little more ports on there, camera ports. Okay, so oh wow, that's even a nicer board. Look at that. 4 gold corner chips. Actually, this other board here is a heatsink. I want to see what's on that heatsink. Okay, another gold corner chip. So it's 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm not sure if that one's that great one, but these are the good ones for sure. Okay, I was going to show you the power supply here. I pulled one power supply apart just so you guys can see it. So I can't sell these here, so I'm not planning to take them apart at all yet, but just want to open one so you guys can see what's inside here. Like I was getting 10 cents before, but then they stopped buying them, so 10 cents is not very much, but that's per pound. It's still it's a sellable item versus not selling the item, you know what I'm saying? I actually tightened these snips up, they were a little bit loose. So they cut a little bit nicer now. Plastic, I don't know why they put plastic with electronics. I guess that's all it's the cheapest thing to use, I guess. So this will be just shred. So we know that the metal is worth, what, 5 cents? We'd say 4 or 5 cents. Depends how the prices are. When I sell them without the wire, I would cut the wire off for the outside. So this is what you got here. Got a heat sink. Spacer. So I don't really have very much in here. We got one transformer, spools, copper spool, 2 more, 3, 5 copper spools, another transformer, a couple of heat sinks, more transistors. So don't know if you're gonna want to clean these or not. Probably not worth it, but gotta throw in the shred. What are you gonna do? They look pretty compact. What's in there, huh? Okay, put it there for now. Okay, let's look at this thing here. Power supply here. I cut all the cords off, by the way. All the little plugs, the gold-plated plugs. With all this type of stuff. Just get so much of that stuff, it's just unbelievable. So you pulled the hard drives out, so that's kind of makes the unit is the hard drives. How are you going to sell that without the hard drive? Take this. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gold corner chips, 4 huge flat packs, Taiwan. Not sure if that's gonna be good or not, but these are Singapore. Bunch of RAM chips, also more flat packs. This is a really nice board. That's like high grade for sure. That's about the best you can get for the size of board and everything. Pop it out, just get a better look at it. Tabs. I hate when they put those tabs in there. You can't even get them out. Little plastic tab right there. There's another one here, somewhere right there. 2. Let's take a better look. See what else is holding it. A screw here, but I'm not sure if it's going to matter or not. Okay. Well, I see one here. See, that's like a telecom grade board. Everything is decent on here. Hopefully they're gold bearing, but you know, you just never know. This is analog, so definitely older, a little bit older. It's all MLCCs. The whole back is like, this is good. This is good quality here. MLCCs all over here. Gold crystal oscillators, 2 of them there. 1, 2. It's a super nice board. Look at that. You can hang it on the wall as a picture. Look at how nice that is. But look at the difference. See, remember I told you, same kind of board. See how this one it's missing all the chips? That one has them all because it had more camera imports, like outputs. Camera outputs are more, right? So it's a little bit more higher end model. Right? A little more features, a little more IC chips, right? These scissors are awesome. Snips. What would you do without electric tools or cordless? Seconds. This one. Okay, what's holding is these little plugs here. Jumper plugs. Okay. So we have steel. So what we're going to do is the same routine here. Just going to rip them all off. You might as well. Why throw that? You'll get more money for that as scrap than the board, if you know what I mean. Board will be low grade. If you can get that center pin out somehow with some nice gold plating in there, how you would do it. Right in the center, if you can see that, right there, center there, see guys? Nice gold plating. Look at that. Beautiful. That's probably 5 pounds right there alone. Okay, so not really much on there. Rest is basically shred. Minus the power supply. Leave the power supply together for now until I figure out what I'm going to end up doing in the long run. For now, put this back here. Okay, we got a Cisco box. It's actually used by TELUS. TELUS is a phone company. This one has special security bits. It looks like a Torx with a center point coming out. Look at that, to get the right tools. Perfect. So it's important to have the right bits. We'll see if there's anything good in here. It's not digital, it's somewhat digital, but it's not fiber optic. Digital TV, but it's not the really updated boxes. This is one before. Persuader here. Plastic. Got a hard drive. So oh, come on, why is the strip now all of a sudden? Why is that? I hate that. Yeah, tour stripped. That's no problem for me. Just don't want to break the screwdriver. I paid like, oh, close to 20 bucks a screwdriver or more to use the big monster. Okay. Let's just take this board off while I'm here. Okay, doesn't fit. Oh, it does actually fit. That's your new boards there right now for hard drives. Very little. A couple chips only, and that's still not too bad. This one was 500 gig. Okay, we're gonna take off. This is the gold plating here. Wire. Gold plating. Gold plating. On the plug. Knock off this. It's got a useless chip on there. Really nothing of value in that chip. See, it's a security bit. Even this screw here. So I'm kind of glad I bought that set. Didn't think I needed it, but okay. So what's happening is this plug has to come off, but I don't want to take the face off it. I'm going to leave the face on, so let's see if we can pry it. Otherwise I'm stuck with plastic again. There it is. Okay, so the only value here would be maybe these couple chips. I don't think there's anything in here. One chip here. Really, this board's kind of pretty useless. Another chip here. Basically, it would be like a low-grade board. I mean, it has green on both sides, which makes it a little better, but a little bit of plating here, but even that's really poor. Looks more like brass. And here, that's it. Not much of that one, I'll tell you. But you need to get the older boxes. Anything that's recent or within 5-10 years. No good. So stuck with plastic again. Okay. I'm gonna start whacking some of these TVs out of here. Just want to get rid of these TVs here. Press the button here, quick release. Just don't want to shred the way it is. This one here. Come on, it's brittle. This one's not so brittle. Okay. What happens is a TV will, see, it just comes out of its shell. I kind of stopped grabbing TVs right now, just because it's just like I say, it doesn't really you keep collecting these TVs and stuff, and some scrapyards don't want the TVs, so you're stuck with lots of plastic. If that's a metal back or something, when the casing's metal, then it's not so bad. Okay, here. This metal here is like a die cast, so it would be aluminum. I'm gonna gonna open this here. Okay, so we'll pop this face off here. There's another screw here. There's metal there. This is your best part, is this thing here, because it's got gold plating. It's got one IC chip. I usually break them in half. It's a little bit smaller. You got a bit of a gold plating here. So I'll stick this. I'll stick it in a different batch. This is a different kind of plating. And then I'll knock this off wire here. Wire there. That's it. Done. And then I'll take this off here. Okay, so this one I have to take off. This power board is here. Power board. Power board's got a couple pieces of aluminum here. Spools. I mean, this is just take a few parts off and throw in the shred. That's all you can do with that one. So I just stockpile a whole bunch for now. Like I have at least a couple barrels full. Okay, when you have any problems, sometimes you can snap these off. Don't want to snap. It's almost like they kind of siliconed it there. If I had a little nut driver, you can get a little nut driver that will take these off. This will be the main board, the board that is the brains basically for the TV. This being a small monitor and newer, it's going to be small ICs on there. But the newer one, or the old one's got big ICs, and the boards are twice as big or more. Okay, there it is, steel. See, like I said, one IC chip that controls. Before it used to be like 5-6 IC chips, and the core board would be like this. Technology shrunk. Better IC chips, more better technology, more stuff in the chip, so the boards end up getting smaller, and very small actually. Okay, we got a Sony PlayStation here. It could be a 1 or something. I'm not really sure. Might be even newer than that. It could be a 3, but on this PlayStation here, you have these feet. Some have feet and some aren't feet. So there's little knockouts here. See those squares? There. See, the screws are hidden. You can't tell they're there, and they're in there really tight. So you have to almost smack them out. Another screw here somewhere I'm not seeing. There's a DVD. Oh, look, there's a game in here. PlayStation 2, God of War. Still good. God of War. Okay. So maybe it's a PlayStation 2. Okay. So Okay, you have a slewing motor here, is brass. Pop that off. There, it's brass. The rest is shred. Okay. Pretty good stuff in here. Oh. He's all water damaged, the rust. So, I mean, the guys try to restore these things, but not for this type. You can restore anything you want, but just to me, it's not worth it. Okay, so I got a little bit finer tip here. Get the heat shield off. The grounding shield, your heat shield. Doesn't want to go. Always like that. There's a lot of good stuff here, good bang for your buck here. Problem, don't have the really fine bits. Like you got them, but not handy. Oops. Steel. Okay, heatsink came. Heatsink here, nice aluminum. Steel. This has a newer processor on here. I don't think it's that good. Oh, gold corner chip. I think there's 2 gold corners, I'm thinking. Yep. I don't think this big one's any good, to be honest. Could be wrong. So, gold corner chip. There's a big flap pack here. NLCCs. 2 gold corner chips. Big square chip. I'm not sure what's in that. A bunch of other chips. So pretty good. Not too bad. This thing's not that good here. Garbage. There, see that? Pretty good. Some sort of mortar here. Aluminum casing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock, we took the screws out. One more screw inside here. Okay, so there's like 6 screws. I'm going to grab this demo. Fold it out. Nice little copper there. Cut that loose here. It's probably off an old lawnmower. See, that's cast, clean. Clean. I'm just going to take this off here. Okay, clean. Through the cord. Put the cords here. Steel gear. Okay, this is your rotor. That's all copper in here, and there's copper here also. It's actually a good chunk of copper here. There's a brush right here. Brushes. Forget it. Okay, so here's my winding here. Let me just get this processed and I'll show you how big the ball is. So actually, right there's the edge. Okay, it's done by how I'm unraveling it. That's all I'm doing. Nothing too fancy over there. It stopped actually. It's trying to be a little tight, tougher. Just hope it's copper. It's copper. Well, that being a really old mortar, that's probably from the 60s. Off a Lawnmower, right? If you know what I mean. Too bad. It's getting there. Wasn't a lot of wrappings on there, so it wasn't too big of a deal, but it was a little time consuming. That's why I filmed it, so you guys would see, instead of me cutting it and making a big mess. Probably about 150 feet probably. Possibly, hard to say. So anyways, it's easy. Not super heavy, but I'd say maybe about 3 ounces, 2-3 ounces at the most. Okay, got a couple of Linskys. I'm gonna take these little modems, take the antenna off. There's no screws in this thing. Has to take it apart a certain way. You just gotta. You'll see the blue ones like that. You gotta pound it here. Plastic. Okay. I stripped a whole bunch of TVs. I stripped so many things. So many things. You can't put everything on video because it just takes too long to load in videos. Sit there until like 3 o'clock. Okay, so this one here, it's got one screw here. Need to get the fine bit. These blue ones, you find them, I think they're worth stripping. They're not too bad. So that just slips off the board here. Okay. Okay, and then like I said, I'll just take this off here. See that? And just save this for dirty brass. These little things here anyways. These are your coaxial type connections. Okay, that's it. Just wire off. So it's one gold corner chip and 3 other chips there. I try to take as much metal off so no chip underneath the shield. Okay. 2 modems, see that? So I have a whole bunch of plastic. I took this off camera, I took it off. I took it apart. I said, what the hell is it? It's a piece of iron in here. I said, how could it be? I looked at it, it was a dummy. So my buddy has it, he owns cellular stores. So I guess this is some dummy thing they have on display. They put a piece of iron in there. Pretty hilarious. So there's nothing in it. But he has cell phones too. People think they're real, but they're fake. There's nothing inside them. They're just shells. Okay, I pulled lots of screws out. Almost got them all. There's a whole bunch in the back here still. What I'm looking for is a big transformer, aluminum heat sink, a little bit of wire, low grade board. If it's got an IC chip, I'll take it. If it doesn't have an IC chip, I don't care. So amazing how fast the cordless thing can take things off. Imagine using your hands, take you forever. Well, we used to do that when we were a kid. I had power tools when I was young. Screwdriver. Okay. It's pretty heavy. It's old school heavy. Lots of wire in here. It's a big mess of wire actually. This thing's very, very heavy. It's not light. At least 30 pounds. You know, considering some new stuff nowadays doesn't weigh nothing, but it means probably had a good amplifier in it. It was actually had a cassette tape too. It was called no name. What is the name? Can't tell. So we got a heatsink here. A big transformer. Most of it weighs the transformer. Okay. It's quite heavy actually. So on this thing here, it's got a copper shield. See that? So I'll cut this off because it's instant copper. See that? See, if I was going to sell a transformer the way it is, I'll just go for the free copper. If you know what I mean. Okay, right there. It's a transformer. The different grade of those small ones. As you can see, got a lot of stuff here. So it's good for stripping. Okay, I'm gonna just clean this up a little bit here, so I can film other stuff here instead of watching me take a bunch of wires off. Okay, stand by. Popped off the transistors, and then I got the heat sinks over here. I'm gonna take off this board, the transformer out here, which one will pop off. Okay, transformer. There's good IC chips here actually. Well, big one. Not sure if it's good, but looks impressive. See that? Big IC chip like that. There's two like here. Where's the other one here? Yeah, another one here. So we'll take those two IC chips out. We'll take the flat pack off here. There. And then this whole thing is going to go in shred. There's a little mortar here, but came off. Isn't too bad. Okay. So done with transformer. Okay, I'm gonna turf that one. Okay, it's garbage too. Okay, so we have now little copper spools here. This is board out here. We'll take these off the board. There's copper there, see? There's a little pot there. So we just gotta see, just gotta kind of peek. Oh, here's some stuff here. Just gotta come out. Gotta peek and see what we have to take apart. It's got a lot of circuitry here. It's old school electronics. If it was modern, it wouldn't have all the stuff. Come out, it's just a little more here, two more here. Okay, so not really much on this board except a little bit of wire and a couple little IC chips. Okay, I'm going to pop off a couple of those IC chips, not all of them, but some. Same with this. So, one here. These flat packs are good. I like them. They look like they might have something good in there. take that off. Let's just look at the sideboard here. Like they have miscellaneous ICC chips here. A couple here and there. Just gonna pry it off. No point. This is I want the one in the back here. There. See the big IC chip? That's what I want. Rest I don't care. Some crystal oscillators here, but no big deal. Okay. Most of this is just trash, recycling, scrap. Okay. Yeah, one suggestion is that I should use a knife, but you can't use a knife on these. These legs are too hard. They don't just don't break. They're just a pain. I have that other tool that I brought. I forgot the name of it. That tool works pretty good. Oscillating tool works pretty good for these. See, it's just trying to get it perfect. I'm gonna end up putting this stuff in acid anyways. It'll eat all those legs up. You know, I don't have to worry too much. Anyways, I'm going to take a few more things off there. You've seen what I pulled out of there. Not a lot, but not too bad, considering. Look at it. You got an APC, backup battery system. You're going to have two batteries, I would think, in there. If your power goes out, it just doesn't kill your computer. Gently shuts it down. I don't see many screws here, that's the problem. I only see 2 screws. There it is. Nice transformer in there, actually. Transformer. Oh, no battery actually. Oh, the battery's here. I was thinking 2 batteries actually, but it looks like only one. This thing. So how would it work without the battery? This one's a little bit harder. Usually come out really easy. So your connection points are here. Brass connection points. It's actually a little clip in here. It sits in a clip. Let's break the clip out. I'm not sure if you can reuse. Once you break the clip, it's no good, so it's probably like disposable materials. You know, your clip breaks or something and you'll take it apart. You can't repair it. guess I can put this in a hole here like this and just kind of pull it out. Seems to work better. There it is. It's just part of strapping. It's just you're learning as you're doing things, right? You're not gonna know everything, but you know, one or two of them you strap, you learn after. That's why you watch videos, you learn how the mistakes, overcome the different mistakes. No more spring cleanup this year, so you know I have to strip all this anyways, because I was hoping you know, something would come in, but just gonna work in the yard and kind of keep distance from people and do my inspections. That's all I'm gonna do. Do my metal detecting on the Sunday. Whoops. Where'd it go? If you don't put holes in your buckets, everything will rust. It looks really bad. Everything turns rusty. Make sure you have the holes in the bucket. It just doesn't look good. Okay, so this is the brass. Brass. You try to cut it really close so the strap here doesn't complain too much about little things. Yeah, brass. I can do this like for 20 hours straight. It's just like, that's why I do a little bit of everything. Like, I'll do some TV sets, I'll do this, I'll do that, and it just kind of works nicer. What the hell is this thing here? It's got a huge heatsink on here. It's actually a piece of aluminum, but look at that. Wow, I've never seen that before like that. It's a huge heatsink system here. So a power transistor looks like. These connections here could be copper, tinned copper, which I'm thinking it is. Oh no, it's steel. Okay, this is aluminum. Use that for heat sinks. Okay. Pull these off here because I'd rather take that off the board than leave it on the board. Because one day I think I'm going to try to find a process of grinding these boards. Grind them and get the copper out of it. Find someone who can do it. Hammer mill them down to a certain size. And then grind them up and stuff. So almost like a powdery substance. And then you can separate the copper from the plastic. They do it. There's a place in Romania. I saw a video. Mount Baker Mining set up something for them. They did a really nice job. I know that's what's doing it. I think they recycle everything completely. This is not working here. One battery. Let's see if I can pull this out. That's the wire, I'm thinking. Oh. Okay. So you can't really pull it out just because the way it's reinforced in there. Okay. Here's my brass from that. The battery. Okay. Okay, here's what's sharp. This is probably a really good one, but anyways, found it on the side of the road. It's a hi-fi, sharp VHS movie in there. Can't make it out. Oh, it's got a gold colored head. Never seen that before. Make a comment, guys. You ever seen a gold colored head? Motor here, spinning head. Wow, it's quite the unit actually. My brother said I should have kept it, but I never tried it out. Sat in the rain. Probably a high-end machine. But anyways, looks like scrapping. So. Okay, we'll take it a little bit apart here and see in a little better detail. So give me a few seconds here. I'll take some of this off here. Okay. Yeah, I think this was really worth a lot of money. Too bad I didn't cover it up. I mean, it could have not worked maybe, who knows, but I'll tell you, this was pretty deluxe. More IC chips on the side here. Two. Okay. Yeah, no, this was worth a lot of money. One thing, nice IC chips. They're sharp. Big IC chips. Right there. Got a little bit of aluminum. Look at that gold colored mortar. Oh, I've never seen one gold like that. Wow. Another mortar. A couple more IC chips. I'll show you a way of taking these chips off that I found a way. It's just using a screwdriver and kind of pry in there. Take about 2 or 3 legs at a time, push down with a screwdriver. See that? Why do the birds make that same noise right at night like this? It's probably about 7:30, 7:45 maybe. We'll see. So like that, and then the legs. See that? The other ones just pry off like that. Come on. I'm just guessing these might be good, but there's an old VCR there, but it was a really decent one. I think I made a mistake, but it's kind of what happens, you know. It was a really high-end, played all the different countries, the different PAL and NTS and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, what happens where it happens, right? Okay, just wanted to show you the little trick that I kind of learned, just kind of figuring things out. Take 2 or 3 legs and push in a small screwdriver right tight to the IC chip and over. It actually breaks the legs off. You know, you can't leave these chips like this. This could be good bonding wires in this, possibly. Don't know. Let's see. Just never know, right? Well, that's taking forever. Okay, so a nice pickup right here. Look at that. It's just what I need: scooters, bicycles, appliances. I'm gonna throw stove in first. I think it's like a turn it. Fill my bin up. have to get a carpet in here. Just the way everything just sits. This rubber. That's one. It's definitely a good pick. Ooh, you hear that? Full of change. Full of money. You know, I'll be breaking through that. Oh, I took this one apart. Maybe it was too heavy. Who knows? My daughter's boyfriend found this, or she lives up the road. He told my daughter that there's some stuff here, so that was awesome. Aluminum scooters. The kids grow up pretty fast, so one day they're babies, the next thing they're teenagers and adults. Okay. It's almost there. Whew. I can still be happy. Don't look at that. Dime came out already from one of the washing machines, or from the dryer. It's gonna be good for change, I would think. Oh, that's heavy. I can't believe how heavy this bike is. Maybe I'm just tired. Just tired, right? But I think it is pretty heavy. There it is. Nice little load. So I say, oops, watch my melt detector. I'm not gonna go nuts driving around. If I see something, I'll grab it. Or have my spotters will call me. And they'll let me know the scraps on the side of the road. Got about 4 or 5 people that spot stuff and say, hey, this, that, whatever. Washer, dryer, lawnmowers, whatever. Okay.